Hello, welcome. It's HardLore time. Did you just hit
Whose
a button?
child was that?
That's my cat. It's Metallica Cat. He's screaming right now.
You hit a button.
It's his
and
birthday.
Screaming. Oh wow! Happy birthday! Metallica.
Happy birthday,
And
Metallica
he'll
Cat.
cry if he wants to.
And happy Halloween. You know.
So true. Happy Halloween. Did you
Recording?
just try to hit a sample?
I didn't hit. I was turning you up.
Oh, okay.
No sample. But
It
I mean,
looked like he was trying. Okay,
I
that's
can't.
good.
You know?
I figured you had something Halloweeny queued up because
You know, I was working
shenaniganing.
right until go time. I was working today.
Yeah, I guess you are technically off now, but
I am off. Yes.
you were working today. But more importantly, this guest we have.
He says that to me every week, and it hurts my feelings every week.
More important than anything that you could possibly say today is our guest today.
Who do we got?
Mr. Ian Shelton is back. People have been coming in their pants for a full episode with this fella since the mini one went up. And now they can clean up.
A Halloween
Because
miracle.
Ian's here.
Ew, dude.
A Halloween miracle.
Yeah, it is Halloween day.
At the
Are you
time of
dressing up,
recording. Yeah.
Ian?
No, I don't think I'm gonna do anything. We just got to I don't know what state I'm in. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, frankly.
Oh.
And there was talks of going to a haunted house tonight because we have an
Hey.
off day because it's a Monday.
Where
We're
are
gonna
you?
do a month. I don't know. Do you want me to
don't
find
know.
out right now? I could look at them.
So you're really just the boss of this band, huh? You get to wake up and be like, fetch me a hotel.
Well, so okay, let's see. I'm
Is the phone by you?
I'm in North Carolina.
Oh.
Birthplace of Taylor Young.
Wow. We can't get away from where Taylor Young was conceived
You really can't, man.
or where he was
Where was he
born
conceived?
or
You're obsessed with it.
Hattiesburg,
Conceived?
Mississippi.
Conceived,
Oh.
I've never asked because I'm not a fucking pervert. Okay, but
Well, he offers that information up. He says this is where it all went down.
I'll never ever
Dude,
know the
check,
answer to
check
that.
this out. On
No,
Valentine's
you will know the answer. Hey, wait, Colin, it's Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I can ask Teresa where yours was
You
as
can
well if you'd
fucking
like.
suck my ass. If you keep
Dude,
talking.
one time on Valentine's Day or around then, when I was still living at home, I was in high school.
Uh-huh.
My dad called and was like, "Hey, can I talk to your mom?" Which is very strange. They never talked. And so I said, "Yeah." I thought I was in trouble, and I hear her go, "Uh-huh. Yeah. No, it was right around then. Mm-hmm. Okay, bye." And I put it all together, and I realized I'm a Valentine's Day baby. My birthday's in mid-November. It's 9 months.
You know what? Mine is very special. Do you know why?
Is it New Year's?
No, September 21st. What is 9 months before that? Christmas.
January.
Christmas time.
Oh, it is Christmas.
I am a Christmas miracle, guys.
Oh my.
Can you
Wow.
believe that? But more importantly, Ian's
So
life.
this actually brings me to my topic that I actually wanted to talk about on this episode.
Love
All right.
it. We've never had that.
I feel as though at least I'm owed an application to be the fourth young brother.
Oh,
Interesting.
I
There's a
feel
cou-
I've done probably the second most records at the pit.
Yeah.
I've lived at the pit.
That's true.
And not paid rent. So it's kind of like similar to what you did in high school.
Similar to what I did in high school, yes.
So I just feel like I'm owed that. And I just kind of wanted to bring that to the public. And I exposed the concept of Aaron Young to the people.
You did. You know, there might be a couple people ahead of you.
I was gonna say there's got to be a long list. Nate,
I mean, I'm not saying it should be exclusive to me, but I'm just saying I'm owed an application.
an
That's all.
application. I see.
I'll write up a draft. And
Who else is on the list? Who else we got?
Nate is on. Brody's on there.
He's
Oh
on
yeah,
there for
has
sure.
to be.
It's like
Andrew
it's-
Morrissey.
Andrew Morrissey. Andrew
So that's probably
Sabo
I don't know
once
that
upon a
person.
time.
That predates me when my involvement in the Young family.
I see.
He wasn't there for as long.
He wasn't. No, you were there for longer, and I was there every day while you were there. And because I worked out there, because he had this gym that if I didn't use would be covered in dust and rust.
I used the Peloton for a while.
You used the Peloton. You wouldn't work out with me. I asked you every day. I said, Ian, is today the day?
And it wasn't. It never was the
It
day.
never was. And then I ultimately stopped doing it because of you. Do you know that?
Oh, you stopped coming because you were sick
stopped
of
going.
seeing me?
No, not at all. But I remember I was like, I'm thinking about starting to go to a normal gym soon. Like, it's like, I don't want to be going to my brother's house forever. And you're like, yeah, it's pretty weird. And I never went again.
That's not true.
I never went again. I don't think you said it like in a mean way. I don't think you meant
also,
it.
I think this also goes towards my application. You know who else would give a very similar delivery to that? Taylor.
Yeah.
See, but Taylor was the one who was like, no, like
I'm just saying.
I
But
think
if
he
you had
enjoyed
the-
seeing
the
his brother every
bluntness-
day a little bit.
The
Delivery
bluntness
wise,
is there.
Yes.
You know,
I think you guys
Autism, I
rubbed
think,
off
is-
on each other.
similar levels.
That's a whole different podcast, brother. That's a whole episode, maybe.
We got to diagnose people.
I want to talk about Halloween.
You want to talk about Halloween?
I don't care if this is coming out on the 2nd or 3rd or whatever.
No, it's important.
It's timely.
Yeah.
It's poignant. I want to know what you guys did for Halloween.
Ian, what are you currently doing for Halloween?
I'm doing this fucking podcast.
That is best case scenario.
Yeah,
that is
this
the
is
best
all I
Halloween
really
plan.
wanted to do. So
But I feel like most people did their Halloweenies either yesterday or
Yeah.
Saturday. Yeah.
I played shows every day for the past like week and a half.
Did you guys wear costumes ever?
Yeah. Did you dress up?
No, I'm way
You're
too
so
serious for
boring.
that. Yeah, I'm a boring ass guy.
Are you serious?
I'm so boring. The last time I dressed up for Halloween was probably like 8 years ago.
Wow, dude. I mean, you love Kanye. You could be him or something.
Wait. Well, yeah, I mean, I dress up as Kanye every day. Come on.
2022 Kanye for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, you gotta. You could go find like a Nazi memorabilia store and find get a Kanye 2022 costume.
I was listening to the Ramones recently, and I remember hearing how Joey was obsessed with the Nazis, and I was like, this just would not fly at all in the modern day.
Joey and Hanneman,
And Lemmy.
and Lemmy.
Lemmy was like a legit collector.
Let's
There's
dig
like
him up and cancel him. Let's
there's like
get
a
him out of
video
here.
of him.
But he's European, you know.
He is British, yes.
He was
Yeah,
he
the
was
Brits
right
got
there.
the right.
He's not
Hanneman
really-
was just like
they
"This shit's
were
pretty
killed
cool."
too
Cool.
by the Nazis.
Dude, the crazy thing about Hanneman is at one point he had a guitar with labels printed of just notable Nazis.
Yeah,
Like
like Jeff's favorite Nazis.
Yeah,
on,
like,
a little
literally-
scrapbook on his guitar
so fucking insane.
with
Just-
like bedazzled, like
Yeah. Oh my God.
yeah, like a book report.
That's a mystery right there.
It is.
I mean,
So-
it isn't,
No,
but it is.
It's out there.
It's
We're
out
not. We're not breaking news here.
there. No.
Speaking of Nazis, I really liked your Minions costume, Kong.
Oh, you are okay. You're okay. So you're of the conspiracy theory that. Yeah,
I mean,
like
the Minions are just following orders if you're thinking about it.
I mean, well, there's what is the saying? It's you don't ask a woman her age.
Yep.
You don't ask a man his profession,
Yeah, or how much he makes.
how much he makes. You don't ask him in
'Cause he's
where
unemployed?
they were from 1940 to 1945.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
But thanks,
mysteriously, the Minions right around then became unemployed and moved to America.
And needed to find, and then
South
they
America.
found some guy with a familiar accent, and they were like,
Yeah.
we got to work for him. I'm still yellow.
Yikes.
Couldn't get it off, man.
That's just jaundice. That's just severe alcoholism, brother.
And before
That's
the
what I
overalls-
have. I have jaundice. I'm
You
not even
have
kidding you.
jaundice.
I do. My eyes are yellow as hell.
Holy shit. Really?
I have something
From-
called Gilbert syndrome. It means nothing except for the fact that my eyes are yellow.
Oh.
Did you? Was that self-inflicted, or
No, I don't think so.
so you could be born with alcoholism?
I was born with it. Yeah, I had jaundice when I was a baby. So
Wow.
I was born a minion.
So lucky of you.
Yeah,
Blessed.
I actually wouldn't even have to do the paint if I did the costume.
Yeah, you wouldn't need. I had to use Dawn dish soap to get it off because my wife remembered that's what they use on like ducks to get.
Well, yeah,
oil.
that also get the fleas off. If
What
she
kind
had
of
any
paint
those.
did you fucking use?
You like gnarly. I think it's just the amount.
Ah.
So it's like me trying to clean it off with my hand or a loofah turned the loofah into the paint. So I was just smearing it. Like cream.
I for an Angel Dust music video, I painted myself red and I was the devil. And
red is brutal.
It was a bloodbath in the shower at the pit.
Let's talk about music videos.
I literally had to come home in a trash bag. I wore 2 trash bags, top and bottom, to get into Audrey's car and was transported as a piece of trash to go and get into the shower and get red on everything.
At the pit, at the place you
at
don't
the pit,
pay,
yeah, the place I didn't pay
the place
nothing.
You pay.
Yeah, I just fucked up the whole bathroom.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Let's talk about
Everyone
music
loved
videos.
it.
How did that get started for you?
Music videos?
Yeah.
Just same as learning drums. It was a hole that was like, all right, no one else is gonna do this. We got to figure this shit out. So originally, I really wanted to. Well, I still want to like write movies, and I was like, oh wait, if you write a movie, you have to just like give it to some other guy to like fuck up, or woman, and woman can fuck up movies.
Good save considering your partner.
And
does the same thing.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, okay, I guess I should learn something about directing. But I've never done anything narrative because I know that it takes far more money to be good at that than like just some bullshit visuals.
Yeah, I mean, screenwriters who are screenwriters their entire lives, like the person that wrote like Silence of the Lambs or something, has said that they had to fight and fight and fight to get something else made, and they were like, "Please just direct, learn directing, stop writing."
Well, and then it's also like it has nothing to like. You can make one hit and then it just doesn't matter. No one cares at all. Or like I always think of like Charlie Kaufman. He wrote Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, and I fucking love that movie. And he is like, it was ruined by George Clooney directing it, and basically got skull fucked. Yeah, he said like he made a movie about an interesting guy just being about a guy who like gets his dick sucked.
Fuck yeah.
Which is not necessarily an unfair evaluation of the movie, but
what can you do, man? What did were you already touring guy before getting into videos?
Yeah, I've been like touring since I was 17, and then I think I was like probably 20 or 21 when I was like, oh, I should also get into this. My big thing is I've never thought that music would ever be sustainable in any sort of way, so I always was like, and then I should definitely get a backup plan somewhere in here, and like worst case scenario, hopefully I could like direct commercials or something.
Right.
Smart.
What was the first? Was Bully the first?
Oh, get
band?
the fuck out of here!
We have to talk. We played a gig
together. We did. We played multiple gigs.
You played Mick World. You were you're the only guest so far who can talk about Mick World with me.
Yeah, and that show was the lineup was crazy.
Yeah, it was. It was
Nails record release, not on the flyer. Because it was some other band that I don't remember the name of, but then Nails was last second put in to
Which
place. Record? Nails played, it was on Silent Death.
Oh, wow.
And no one cared at the time.
Even though, like, that record kind of did well right away.
Like, but I just think it was like it was the straight hardcore show. Like, it was Rotting Out headlining, Creatures, Expire's like first legit hardcore show in California. We played with them the day before at a show that nobody attended in like Murrieta. Ugh. And then I forget, and then us and Nails.
Yeah.
And Ruckus.
And Ruckus, yeah.
That's a crazy.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure the lineup was my shitty band that literally didn't even have a bass amp because Walter Delgado did not show up with the bass amp in time for us to start the show because we were touring in a minivan.
Right.
And then it went Nails, Ruckus.
You didn't ask Keith Paul, bro?
I didn't know anyone.
You could have asked.
Who's Keith Paul?
Exactly. Keith was the original bass player at Twitching Tongues. And he was the bass player at Ruckus at the time. He had the chain strap.
Yeah. And Walter was the person bringing the bass cat.
Oh, okay.
So it was like Walter didn't show up in time.
Yeah, right.
We were there, dude. Well, so anyway, McWorld.
Yeah, what's
was
that?
this like?
Oh, and then they played the harshest noise music to get us out of the
Yes.
venue ASAP. As soon
was
as
awesome.
Rotting Out finished, it was like, get out right now.
No,
There's no rhythm. There's no rhythm to noise.
It was a squat, like
Oh.
in like what, East LA or something?
Yeah, it was.
And it was called Mick World because all the McDonald's characters were painted on the front like door and window.
Hell yeah.
It was dope.
Who's your favorite?
Hamburglar.
Gotta be. It's gotta be.
He's closest to my morals.
Listen, yeah, that is true. I gotta say, I'm a Grimace man.
Grimace is great.
Did you guys get the stupid toys?
No, I really wanted it, but
they look really cool, and I want to
couldn't
resent it, but I'm just like, damn, I really want these.
no, they're cool. Tried to find them, couldn't.
I don't get it. Like I'm just I don't. Is
Just
that
like
like,
you don't like
so
stuff?
like usually the characters have
no? I like stuff.
2 eyes, but now they have 4.
But like
Yeah,
is it
and
a
it's like
designer
streetwear
or something.
It's like
Okay.
streetwear, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Some
I just don't. I'm just unaware of
some bullshit like that.
It's not for everybody, you know. Not everyone is an intellectual.
No. So it's nice to know that Ian. You know, we on the show, we respect the grind because we've been there. And you really, I don't know who the fuck you were, and you were grinding this whole time, you know? And that just goes to show. You were like, I've been touring since I was 17. And like, I played a show with you, I didn't know.
When I was 17. I was 17 at that time.
Really? Are we the same
Yeah.
age? Or are you
Okay, 3, 2, 1, 30.
31? Okay.
Oh, so you're just barely.
All right. Just a year older. That makes sense because I was 18 and I was touring hard, like freshly, because I was out of high school.
Yeah. I basically started at 17, but I never had the like group of friends that was willing to go as hard as I wanted. And we just didn't make good enough music yet to like actually achieve fan bases. So I would have really been useless.
Well, a lot of people did that. So
yeah,
with shitty music. So you never know.
I met a guy. I went to a wedding on Saturday. One of the original members of Harm's Way got married. So it was a mandatory costume wedding.
Right.
So we were all there, and and I met a guy who had seen me and Chris play in like our high school band.
Wow.
In Double Cross, like fucking legitimately almost 20 years ago. It was like, yeah, it's been crazy to see you guys like continue touring. Meanwhile, I'm like having an existential crisis.
Yeah.
Because it's like, holy fucking shit. Yeah.
He has a pension and like a 401k and shit.
Like, yeah, straight up. Like he's like, wow, man.
He's doing great.
He's got a nest.
you guys have a podcast.
We do have a podcast. No, it's
Yeah.
really good. We might get
pretty
Manscaped.
good.
We'll see. We might get it. We'll see.
You guys got the deck. You guys are pitching your deck.
We got a
around
deck.
and-
We got a deck.
Yeah.
We're decked up. I'm double bricked up at the thought of the deck. Yeah, there's a lot of things happening. But anyway, between Bully and RJC, what was going on?
I just did a lot of friends bands. Bully was a band that I was like the leader of and I was very creative with. And then I like stepped back to being just a drummer for so long. And then I kept investing like my entire life and everything into every band I did because I really am like the least casual person you could ever meet. So because everything is like, oh, we're going all the way, you know? And then I had 2 bands that I was like really passionate about and the singers just fucked up the bands. And I was like, oh, I think that the only person I can rely on is me. So I think I need to start doing bands where I'm the only person that needs to be around. And then that's where RJC came from.
Been down that road, and it's a slippery slope, but it's also like it's just so much easier, you know?
It's so much easier. I mean, it's just like, and there's no like personal feelings. Like, and it works best when everyone is like very personally motivated and and also feels very enriched by it. But at the same time, there's no ego in everyone else's involvement of like, okay, if you can't play this show or this tour, we still play this show or tour. And yes, one person having the stopping power over something that can move forward is not great. So I want to bring up an intersection in time. You and I were on the same Spirit flight to This Is Hardcore.
Really?
And I sat like 3 rows behind you as a red eye.
You didn't say
Philly.
what's up?
No.
What's up with that? Were you playing or were you just vibing?
Oh, it was playing.
Okay. That
was the year we played. And I tried to say what's up to Taylor at This Is Hardcore because he said nice things about RJC publicly. And I was like, all right, I'm going to talk to Taylor Young. Let's go.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, yeah. Uh-huh. You know, like
I remember distinctly posting a video of the set.
Yeah, no, and I think that was the start because, like, I think 6 months later or whatever is when I worked with Taylor for the first time. But that was my first time, and I was texting with him about it the other day of being like, "Yeah, you're so stern. I just thought that there was no way that you liked me."
That's just him though. He's sick. He's listening to this right now.
So I just fast forwarded it. Like we're like mid 2019 at this point, so we could just skip.
Yeah, we're not skipping shit. What were you saying, Bo?
It's just so funny because when like my meeting of Taylor was not that. He was like the young kid in Nails, and we were the young kids in Europe.
But he loved Harm's Way. You know?
Yeah. You guys were peers. I'm like a fucking stranger. I'm like,
but like you're from the same place.
No,
I'm from Enumclaw, Washington.
When did you move to California?
I moved in 2018. So this was
okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
No, I didn't know anybody. I really keep to myself. Like I don't really socialize too much or go out of my way to meet people. So it's not like I was like at any functions or whatnot. I ended up at the pit.
Neither is he. So you guys are perfect.
I ended up at the pit with Self-Defense Family in summer 2018. And then once I moved to LA, I saw all y'all at Candy Cane Lane in your pajamas walking around. And I was like,
that's right.
What's up, Taylor? And then I was like, that guy doesn't remember me.
You got this complex, man. You think
you
think you're unimportant.
That's a real thing. People have that. John from Vane confessed that he thought that Harm's Way hated him.
Yeah. Thought you guys hated me. I don't know.
He's like the most likable guy.
And I was like, dude, why
crazy.
We love you. What are you talking about?
I saw them first time I met him. I was Googling
you gotta hate him for it.
Adopt an adult. Like how to adopt guy with family, you know?
It happens.
Yeah, it does.
It happens with me. I think people hate me.
Candy Cane Lane's really gone downhill, man. Speaking of which.
What is Candy Cane Lane?
Nobody hates Bo, okay?
What's I'm saying it's a people have it.
Yeah. All right.
I think mine just comes from the fact that
Ian's feelings.
Mine comes from the fact that I always played in different bands and would always be like either like hair growing out or facial hair growing out and then shaved. And then like, I'd never looked the same twice and I was always in a different band. So I'd like re-meet every person I met for like 6 years constantly. Every time I saw them, I'd be like, hi, I'm Ian. And they're like, oh, nice to meet you. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, we didn't meet. We didn't meet 3 months ago. Yeah.
What is Candy Cane Lane?
Candy Cane Lane is
every city has a Candy Cane Lane.
It's a neighborhood where that is swagged the fuck out with Christmas lights.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Where they all collectively go hard as fuck.
Yeah.
But now it's shot.
I felt like it was underwhelming the year that I went.
Dude, when I was in high school, it was lit. Literally lit.
Now we have to conserve power.
We do. It's horse shit. And they had new decorations and stuff. Now those decorations they've had the same like fucking Spider-Man cutouts in these yards for 10 years.
Could you imagine having the mental illness that would be wanting to buy completely new decorations every year for
and like gratis? Like
but that's your thing. When you live there, you got a responsibility to impress.
I think the homeowners association got to be given the budget, you know?
There's no way there's an HOA in that.
Then how is it coordinated?
Because you know where you live. Okay, you're like,
There's
I
one
moved to
guy
fucking
who
Candy
probably
Cane.
moved or something, and that's why it's falling apart.
The guy
like
he or
one-
died.
The guy who went
household.
door to door.
Yeah,
Listen,
Santa,
motherfucker.
moved straight up. So RJC,
Well, I'm excited for us to go this year together, Colin.
Yeah, I'll absolutely go with you, even though you fucking moved out of the valley like a coward. What's up with that?
Oh, you're not in the house anymore.
No, I moved out.
Scum.
Even though I never lived there, I moved out.
Yeah.
And just as we got to know him, he was out of my life.
Yeah, no, I can't wait to meet you in 6 months, Colin.
I know. The real Ian. Yeah, after being around you for 90 minutes a day for 2 years. Get to know the real Ian in this podcast episode right now.
Right now.
Yeah. It's about time.
What was your best Halloween costume?
Ever?
Like your favorite, you felt the most achieved.
I mean, honestly, the minion that I did this year is
The Minion is an accomplishment.
thanks, man.
It's a commitment.
It was a big commitment. But I think like I'm you know me, I got some like wild body dysmorphia. So I'm always like something's wrong, something's right. I don't know what I'm doing. That when seeing the minion was where I was like, I think I'm doing all right. I'm gonna keep it up.
Yeah. You look pretty huge.
I want to stay a minion now after I did that, you know?
I think my favorite of yours is Dangle.
Dangle was good.
It was really good.
Yeah. What about yours?
I did Steve Brule, or I did Dwight.
That was incredible.
Steve Brule is an awesome costume.
Dude, funny thing, same suit. And I was going to do the Ancient
Yeah, the
Aliens guy.
tan blazer.
I was going to do an Ancient Aliens guy, same suit.
Same suit.
Just
What is your favorite costume, Ian?
Your Minions costume.
What about Halloween candy? What's your Mount Rushmore?
I'm a fruity guy.
Ugh.
I like sour candies, fruity
Disgusting.
candies.
huh.
Yeah.
We'd be perfect as a trick or treating duo because I usually just toss those.
Yeah, I'd
Same.
chuck the chocolate. I don't.
Wow.
I'll eat 2 Reese's cups and I'm done.
Do you want to check flights home and maybe we can still catch a trick or treat tonight? And
Yeah.
come back?
Yeah, they're doing it tonight.
You start applying the paint now and I'll get there.
Absolutely. Half of it's
Luckily, I'm
gone.
on the East Coast, so by the time you just
perfect.
Dude,
stay one time.
What's your
The
Mount
thing
Rushmore?
about Halloween candy is it tastes different. It's all a little different. Something happens when it's being manufactured.
small
smaller.
batch, you know?
Yeah, it's smaller.
Literally small batch.
The
So it's-
ratios are different.
They don't
So
got
my
the
opinion
recipes right.
changes than compared to the normal size stuff.
Yeah. So what's your fun size Mount Rushmore?
3 Musketeers. It's
Wild
perfect as a bite size.
Wow.
As a whole bar, it's insane.
Interesting.
But as a bite size, it's delightful. Twix, Kit Kat. Charleston Chew. Dude, the mini Charleston Chew.
Oh,
I wouldn't eat any of this.
Oh my God.
to the soul he hits me. Charleston Chew, the goat, dude. When I was in Charleston, I was driving through Charleston one time just saluting. That motherfucker's so damn good. Charleston Chew, you never find it here, but that's easy. That's the fucking George Washington on the Mount Rushmore.
You
feel
throw
me?
that bastard in the freezer.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Just
man.
shattering in your mouth deliciously. What else is on there? Twix, Kit Kat are probably on there too for me.
What a combo.
I'm gonna tell you a crazy one, maybe.
Okay.
Whoppers.
Dude,
Oh,
I'm a
Jesus Christ.
People hate malts.
See?
I love
I gotta
Whoppers.
go.
Love
This is
them.
crazy.
Whoppers.
Whoppers,
reign
you guys
supreme.
90 years old?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I'll tell you what. I got to look up what it is. So please.
That's an
continue.
actual make me gag.
Whoppers.
Andy. I will gag. Yes.
I mean, I said myself it was crazy. I went
Yeah,
wild
I'm
for it,
just
you know?
saying. But the fact that both of you are into them is just
So into it.
disgusting.
What on earth are these? Oh, you can't.
That's
see
a
them.
road
Hold on.
jacket.
These things.
That's that old man shit. That's them root
You
beer
moved
barrels,
it to
brother.
the area of the screen I can't see.
That's the old lady candy.
Hold on. I don't even know what I'm doing.
That's
Yeah,
like
mine's
what-
gonna be saltwater taffy,
Oh,
those chewy mints.
Mints?
Those chewy mints.
The restaurant peppermints.
The toothpaste powder.
You like
Yeah.
what's the other mint? What's the famous mint?
Junior.
York's
mint.
peppermint patties.
Oh.
You like those, Ian?
Yeah, I do like those.
Okay, so that's
like-
that's your chocolate exception.
I mean, like Reese's cups, but again, I'm over it after 2. Get
Reese's
the fuck
cups?
away from me. Yeah.
You know what? When it comes to mini, like the individually wrapped Sour Patch Kids, that you just kind of shotgun. Those are great. You get those.
Is it
Another
kid?
one that's
It's
kind of good.
one kid individually wrapped. But
No,
the
there is
Swedish
not
fish
one
are
kid.
bullshit. Yes, there is. I swear to God. I'll
I
find
swear to
it.
God, Ian.
It's been a long time since I've been trick or treating, so I'm just completely out of the loop.
Well, I just buy candy. Like I'm gonna go buy candy tomorrow.
I would rather think that you are out there tonight
No,
hitting the pavement.
maybe me too, but it's way more like, oh yeah, of course, Bo hits the fucking Rite Aid candy sale after
Right? We don't have Rite Aid in fucking
the CVS candy sale. Sorry,
Walgreens.
you wish you had Rite Aid. They got the best ice cream.
Did
in
this
the
guy
world.
right here?
One
Individual-
single kid.
One child.
Wow,
I don't make anything up ever.
that is true.
Just not creative enough, huh?
Can't do it. Cannot.
He's
tell
got no. I was gonna say maybe the meanest thing
Say it.
I've ever said. No,
It's Halloween. Say it. Say it.
It's Halloween, say it.
he's got no lies. He's got no riffs. It's just not true though.
It's almost true.
No, you wrote the in the HardLore intro, and people love that thing.
That was one take.
One riff. He's got one riff.
I got one
take.
riff.
You did it.
Easy. All right, Ian. Let's get into RJC a little bit here.
Okay.
This
You're
is probably where I became familiar with like you.
Yeah, me too.
As I feel like
Yeah, as did everybody. I was
most
just a
people
rando before.
But you broke down the concept kind of like, all right, I'm gonna do this band. Whoever can do it, and then did self defense inspire that at all? Where you could because you've done stuff with self defense, right?
Like RJC started in like the very beginning of 2017, and I think I had just played in self-defense like 6 months earlier or something. So I joined self-defense, whatever joining self-defense means at that point.
Yeah.
Right before then, definitely that was an inspiration. It just was like, shit, there's no way to go. Like, if I ever want to make anything out of music, and it was kind of getting to the point where I was like, oh, I'm gonna move on from music soon. Like that was honestly the way I felt, where I was just like, I kind of never achieved anything, and artistically didn't really feel like I had. I did a band called Seattle's New Gods that I was really proud of, but completely obscure, very proud of it artistically, but it just was like, nobody knew who the fuck we were.
Sure.
And I was kind of like, yeah, all right, well, I'm going to move to LA and like try to really actually get good at directing and doing something else with my life, probably because this music shit just clearly I'm not very good at it.
Wow.
And then RJC happened. And again, I just have the huge problem of not being able to be casual about anything in my life.
Right.
And it just became the driving force for literally everything. And it almost worked because I always felt there was an expiration date on music for me, where I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this like for the next handful of years and then give it up and go on to the next chapter. And so like made it so I just was like, I have to do this many tours. Otherwise this is pointless. Why am I even fucking here? And it worked out. So
you toured as soon as COVID ended. Where we skipped some things, but you toured like spitefully.
yeah.
You're like, I'm gonna do this thing that I don't want to do. This hard.
Between August 28th and December of 2021, whatever from first show of the year to last show of the year, which was end of August to end of December, it was like 80 shows.
Wow.
Because it started with an RJC tour, went into a 50-day Militarie Gun tour. Then we did another, 3-week RJC tour. And then there was like,
50?
Yeah, 5
Yeah, we did a
5
50 day. Yeah, 50 show. It was more days than 50.
Right. Where?
50 shows.
in the U.S., right?
Where it was just a 50-day U.S. tour.
Yeah, first tour the band ever did.
We got 50 cities in this country.
There was double up in California.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that explains.
There you go.
You know who's got a lot of cities? Ohio.
Yeah. Cincinnati.
Which
lot
I've
of
only ever
cities in
done like
Ohio.
one at a
Columbus.
time. I've never
Dude,
done the
Dayton.
Ohio tour
Cleveland,
yet.
Cincinnati,
Cleveland.
Columbus, like Kent.
Kent.
You know what I mean? Akron,
Akron. etc.
Toledo.
Toledo. Oh
Dayton.
my God.
They have a lot of cities.
That's so many.
So many.
Well, when you're driving through it, it feels like there's so many, you know?
Columbus.
No. Oh, yeah. We said Columbus. Ian.
Did you?
Columbus
Oh.
was second. I wouldn't.
I played there recently and I was like, damn, this show rocks.
Columbus.
Ohio can be
Heat.
very good.
Yeah. It's fucking
It's like
huge.
Florida. Florida's got a ton of cities too that you can play.
Florida's fucking massive, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Ohio, when you're driving home from and you leave Pennsylvania and you're like, all right, made it to Ohio. The next day, you're like, holy shit, we're in Ohio still.
Yeah. Well, dude, we ended the Cannibal Corpse tour in outside of is Fort Myers outside of Miami? What's the one that's like near Miami?
No fuck.
I think it's Fort Myers. I think I could be wrong. And
You never lied yet, so it's to my knowledge, it's for sure Fort Myers.
I'm
because
simply
you said so.
incapable.
Yeah.
And I started the overnight drive and I drove 10 hours and I got us to almost Atlanta. 10 hours.
Yeah.
All in Florida.
You hit the Florida Georgia line.
Straight up. You know,
They
we
got
went
fucking
straight to the
tracks.
Dwarf House, to the fucking Chick-fil-A
Oh,
house. Straight
Delicious. Baby, you're a song you make me. That's a hit, dude.
there. Window down.
Ian, I know you fuck with that one.
Cruise.
I only know God, Your Mama, and Me.
You don't know Cruise.
I don't know it.
You're gonna shit yourself in that beautiful bed behind you after you hear that thing. After we wrap. So RJC, before going on the 50 days and the whatnot, you got this gimmick. You're like, all right, I'm gonna assemble my fucking personal Avengers. I got 8 people. I loved the promo pic that was like 7 or 8 people in it.
Yeah.
That was
That's
where I was
cool.
like, oh, okay, so the 5 people are in this band at a time, and whoever can play can play.
Yeah.
Kind of a brilliant concept.
Yeah. Genuinely, yes.
Especially when it rotates around a drummer singer. It was
Yes.
not a typical setup at all.
Wow.
Drummer, the least reliable position in any band.
That's the
Very
reason I had to be the drummer singer is I was
Yeah.
like, well, this band's never going to get off if I have to replace a drummer. And I'm going to be such an asshole to whoever the drummer is because there's no one that's going to
You're
be
right,
able to
man.
like play it exactly the way I want.
Dude, that's been my curse my whole life. Mike,
You don't think
Mike,
you don't think your brother's got the sauce?
No, it's not that. Taylor doesn't want to play drums that I write. Whenever I'm doing, he's like, "No, it's a pain in the ass. I don't want to do it." Mike got like really close, but like had to. He had his own style, so there were things that he had to change, and
Dude, people's personal styles are just bullshit.
they're crazy. But Kale told us that like learning songs that Taylor and I played in are like how he practiced drums.
Mm.
So he just got it right away most of the time. There's a lot of like me.
See, I feel like I could play an iron lung for that reason. Like if like that was legitimately where I learned blasting and like creative drumming was from iron lung, like
Wow.
basically creating drum riffs. And so I could do a lot of those songs
That
from
would
memory
be
at
me
any
with
time.
Jordan from No Warning and Terror, Todd Jones. Carry On, Terror, and No Warning.
You think
Those are
you could just easily be in all 3 bands?
They were just the bands that I like learned.
Right.
Like I learned how to do triplets to spit my rage. You know how to do like gallops and stuff, or the fast part and one with the underdogs.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I would come home,
So let's hear some, huh? Show me
Bust
some
out a
fucking
guitar.
riffs, Bill. Yeah.
dude. So we've talked about doing about wearing our costumes for this because it is Halloween.
Yeah.
And I was gonna hook up the quad cortex straight into this and just play like any clean Metallica riff the whole episode. That was gonna be my bit.
The background.
Just
Would have been
I would have
awesome.
killed you minute 2. I would have found a way. I would have been online ordering bees. You know,
Beads.
deliver here, explode.
And that's when I start playing fucking Fade to Black.
Yeah, that's good shit. Are there any memories of those early RJC tours that come to mind? Of like, hey, these shows are actually kind of good. That's crazy. But this still sucks. That's crazy.
No. So I mean, I've always had like such a sunny disposition where it's like, oh man, 20 people tonight. That's great. Because I mean, we're playing blast beat hardcore. There's not a high ceiling for that, and it was just like literally, you know, I remember breaking 100 monthly listeners and being like, holy shit, dude, we're fucking doing it, you know. And
but that's from like, you did that. It's not the same as like a guy who's been in a bunch of bands and starts a new band and people hear
True.
it. You did that from scratch, basically.
But I got that. Then I got that treatment with Militarie Gun, where there was an audience right off the bat because of like the hard work
fucking sick,
of.
dude.
Yeah.
But you
Okay,
earned that.
RJC.
You can't. There's no way to belittle that. You earned that.
Yeah, I mean, we
And the
grinded it
songs
out
are
for
good.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah, that doesn't take away. That doesn't take away from anything.
I'm not saying you guys are clarifying it as if like I'm.
No,
like,
no,
we're clarifying it. The
as if I'm
grind,
being judged on the concept.
No,
No,
I'm
no,
processing the thought.
the grind beforehand. It's like going to college. You know, you're not getting paid for your high level job because of your experience, just your ability to do that job. You're getting paid for the research that you put in, the time.
Well, I
to
think
learn.
another big part of like why Militarie Gun took off out the gate too is that I think a lot of people chose to do nothing throughout the pandemic, where I treated unemployment insurance as a label advance. And we did the SWAT record, we did Crime and Punishment, we did and then we did multiple Militarie Gun records. And so it was like where I think a lot of people were like holding things to wait for touring to come back and all these things. I was just like, yeah, and here's another record, and here's another record, and here's another record, instead of being like, oh, well, you know, I'm going to wait.
You did it. You were one of the only people I know that did it right, I feel like. And you still have so much in the tank. It's crazy.
I got so much in the tank. It's crazy. Yeah.
It's scary.
But now I'm touring.
too much in the tank.
You know, and now, you know, the writing suffers from being on the road.
Well, but it's fine right now.
You got
'cause
a buffer.
You have so much, and like which worries me for you, because I've been there where you have to wait so long for people to hear something that is totally done.
Yeah,
That you're resentful of it by the time people hear it.
Oh wow.
I'm not. I mean, there was easy paths towards like us having out the record we're going to release next year. We could have had it out this fall. You know, if there was paths towards that, but we chose to wait for the label that we wanted and like do it the way that I felt was proper, you know, instead of it being like, let's go the easy route and, you know, whatever.
And the songs are good. That helps. That like
I have faith
you did
in the
great.
songs. Therefore, I'm not like, oh, someone else is going to write this song in the next 6 weeks and release it before me. I am nervous that I've played the songs for too many people. I'm like, what if someone wants to like outright fuck me over and steal one of these and release it before I
oh my
could?
God, I want to steal that one so bad.
I would pull up with a gun to someone's house for sure.
I think that would be absolutely justified.
You're on.
Like, yo, I showed you this song, and then here it is.
Yeah, if any bit of my
Explain.
melody popped up in someone else's song, I'm like, you're removing it from streaming right now, or your house is burning down.
All right. I'll delete this from the episode just in case. Just for evidence. You let me know. Are you in full Militarie Gun mode now, mentally?
No, my current thing is every time I pick up a guitar, I try to write 2 RJC riffs. Just like just some type of part, like a blast riff or a breakdown riff, and to start assembling songs. I think I wrote the best RGC song yet, which justifies having another record. And conceptually,
Just from one track.
Yeah, I'm like, this
The
is the
record
best
can
one
exist.
I've written. Why would I not try to then do that 9 more times?
True.
And you know, conceptually, like the band was built around my brother's incarceration, and he's out and living with me now, and you know, do one last record with him as involved as I am. So like it seems like the logical conclusion to the project.
That's pretty cool.
That's perfect. And he put out a rap track today.
He did. He put out Music Vatican Boss. Everyone got to check that out.
Is this his first musical endeavor ever?
First musical endeavor ever.
Wow. Straight to SoundCloud, where the
Straight to
fucking
SoundCloud.
titans grow.
He's rapping.
Incredible. From the cell to the cloud, you know? That'll be the Netflix documentary about him someday.
Yeah.
Good shit, man. So RJC, you're still there. I figured maybe that ship sailed.
Yeah, I thought the same.
Because you're a historic bag chaser, you know. You've
Uh-huh.
chased the bag, you've found it. And
Yeah, but
and
I think there's a bigger bag left on the table still.
Or
with
just
RJC.
more. Just more.
Just an
Yo,
additional
Frank,
bag.
that guitar player from my camp wears an RJC hoodie every day, and I get literally people are tagging me about him wearing our shit. Like
That's huge.
we released a record, we're going tour with my camp.
Dude, the MCR heads are like buck wild.
The one I saw today, I'm gonna try and get it up on the screen here, is him with David Copperfield. Well, can you just pop it in?
Yeah.
Pop it in right here. Is Frank from My Chemical Romance with David Copperfield
That's the coolest.
wearing an RJC hoodie.
Now that is some straight up David Copperfield shit.
And
Yeah,
a multi-time ex-girlfriend of mine lived with a girl who dated someone from MCR.
Wow.
And would get like follow requests from MCR heads. So my ex-girlfriend, like they're that
removed.
I did an interview at Aftershock with LS Dunes, which is Frank's new band. The interview wasn't with Frank. It was with Tucker from Thursday and Anthony Green. But them like reposting the picture of the interview has made it like it's been a month, and it's been a nonstop flood of MCR people just like
That was how the mini lore was for me. I got a lot of like Knotfest type MFs in my follows.
That's what I'm talking about.
There we go.
That's the HardLore universe giving back.
Spreading the love.
That's right.
Yeah, they MCR set a record for Riot Fest.
Is that true?
For merch sales. Yep.
For merch sales.
Yep.
And they know that because they took a cut.
Yeah.
I don't know numbers or hard numbers. I just know that fact.
Yeah.
That they set a record.
Yeah, I bet.
For one day, single day.
At Aftershock, Slipknot headline day 1.
Uh-huh.
Kiss headline day 2.
Uh-huh.
MCR day 3.
Eclectic.
Way bigger crowd than either band.
I just missed that. I just wasn't.
I was street punk already. Like I was.
Yeah,
I sucked.
I was
touring.
I like missed that whole shit.
But like you can go back now, hear the tracks, and be like, damn.
Well, I'm not okay. I can hear it in my head right now, and I'm like, oh, that's a fucking.
It's a
good
fucking
song.
track, man. Helena's insane.
And now seeing the guy wear the hoodie, I'm like, I should become a fan of him now.
Ride, dude. Yeah, ride for MCR straight up. Suck the dick that.
I'm gonna become an uncomfortable adult fanboy.
Yeah, you should absolutely. What, Bo?
We got to finish that phrase. Suck the dick that.
Suck the dick that sucketh thee. Is that good? Sucketh.
That could be a shirt for y'all.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that, brother.
Oh my God.
Don't even worry.
They're clamoring for merch, but you would not believe what.
Colin and
okay, wait.
Miller.
Let's talk about this.
Okay.
There's no way for podcast merch to not be corny as fuck.
Uh-huh.
So just go into it knowing that and get your bag.
It is, and it's
so on brand.
Yeah.
For the show.
So wait, you're saying you've done it?
Oh, it's done. Yeah.
Colin and Brittany really clobbered an idea.
Crack code Brittany Miller, friend of the show, friend of the Ian as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Longtime friend.
Speaking of SWAT, your band with Mac, Sex with a Terrorist.
Is that
Yes.
what it stands for?
Yeah.
Sex with a Terrorist, aka SWAT. Patrick Kinlan fronts it. I recorded it on my iPhone.
Sick. I've never
Bandcamp only.
Is Mac good at drums? I've never been like, Mac, are you good at drums?
Mac's good at drums.
Can he rip?
Okay. Punk drummer for sure.
Mm.
Yeah, he's a fucking.
He's got that the like no effects beat.
Yeah.
Left hand leader, same as
Really?
yourself. Yeah.
Well, he and I have never discussed that.
Yeah.
It's a true.
I'm a right hand lead, but I think I still think left handed. So I like send off before the fill. So there's like a like there's like a brief moment where there's no snare.
But in your mind,
boo,
you're
dugga,
leading
dugga.
here.
Boo.
In my mind, I just like a like
Yeah.
I send it off with like a symbol before
I'm
I
gonna
hit
listen
like
with that in
fill.
mind. It's a curse, man. It's the worst.
Colin,
thing.
what did you learn to drum to? Like, what was like? Because like I'm thinking of you said punk drummer Chris. It was like AFI and the Misfits. Chris was like all like all that.
I'm gonna give you 2 guesses.
Okay, E-Town Concrete.
No, two guesses, 2 records. Think about me at
How old were you when you picked up?
14 years old.
So were you still in Connecticut?
It's not, but I
Fresh out.
fresh out.
Okay. Sepultura?
I mean,
What?
yeah. I mean, I was definitely big on. Did that one a lot, but come on, you're overthinking this.
Okay. Hatebreed.
Fresh,
Hatebreed.
yes. Obviously.
And
Satisfaction,
and Death Threat.
big one.
Not
it was-
Death Threat? 100 Demons?
No. The Connecticut aspect was Satisfaction. Master Killer was big for drums
okay.
for me. Yeah.
And so that was like, I'm gonna play along
Yeah.
to Master Killer. And
But Urban Discipline, State of the World Address, huge for me too, drum wise.
interesting.
Still, like that, the DNA of those is very much just like perma locked in. What about you, Ian?
When it was like, I gotta do this. Like, when did you know you could play drums? And how did you figure that out? Because you sound like you picked up drums as a utility.
I did. Well, I wanted to start a power violence band when I was 14, and I started drumming and singing because we needed a singer and a drummer, and so I started a 2-piece power violence band.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why I could do it. Is that it's the way I learned to play drums. So it just was the only way, and it was blasting, and it was D beats, and it was all the shit that I do now. I literally am just a child still. That's basically the sum total of my parts.
It's so
But were
beautiful.
there
yeah,
any,
it is
beautiful.
when you were like practicing, were there any records you would play along with? Or were you
Iron Lung was huge. It's like Iron Lung and Dystopia, but Dystopia was too complicated and they did double kicks, so I was not into that.
Are you
Like, I
still
just
not a double kick?
couldn't hack it. Can't double kick at all. I was supposed to fill in for Candy on a tour with RJC, and I got kicked out of the band after the first practice because I was so bad at double kick.
Really?
This is breaking.
They were polite. They were like,
Yeah,
well,
no, of course.
they were like Andrew could just do it. And I was like, well, why didn't we just go with that from the start? Why was I even you could have asked me to play guitar and I would have been great. But no. I've never played live guitar though. That's one of my future goals.
It's hard, man. It's a different animal to me.
Just want to rock out playing an instrument and not have to do so much, you know?
The first God's Hate show, like set, there was like 2 songs on a Backtrack Zabalba show or something. Was the second time I'd ever stood up playing guitar. I'd only sat.
That's a whole other animal.
Standing up and sitting down.
I can play anything sitting down.
Anything.
No problem. Standing up.
I'm pretty bad at guitar, both standing up and sitting down.
Well, practice standing. Do
Yeah.
yourself a favor.
It's quit sitting. Get up. When you're writing from now on. Well, I guess unless you're planning on playing, like you're gonna add you playing guitar to Militarie Gun songs or something.
Never.
So what's the point?
Yeah. No, I'm saying I want to have fun and play guitar in a band. That's
A new
why
band.
SWAT existed. Was I was like, oh, but we're never going to play a show, so it doesn't matter.
Would
Believe it
you?
or not, I think I've done everything. I drummed in a high school band,
Wow.
like a hardcore band. That
You
was
fucking
terrible.
Sucked ass or what?
Yeah, it was awful, but we did it.
I've played live bass. I've sang
Played
and I've
bass.
played drums.
Can't wait to play bass.
I
Can't
will
wait.
say, Colin,
instrument.
I understand why you're on drums in God's Hate, and obviously it's supernatural, but I do miss you playing guitar.
I appreciate
I
that,
do. I miss it.
but the difference in
Of course.
ability in the two instruments in me is catastrophic.
Which is crazy too, because like I remember watching you guys at LDB, the one year where we both played,
Yeah.
and I was on Martine's side, so I couldn't really see you as well. But I was
I
like,
didn't- I practice those songs a lot.
yeah,
But
Wait,
tell
did
me
you
if-
just replace yourself with Taylor?
Yeah, and then I replaced Kale.
Okay.
yeah. But I remember
Crazy.
watching Martine play the songs. I was like, oh, these songs are like they're heady. Like, there's a
stuff
lot.
to them. Yeah, of course.
There's a lot going on.
There's a difference between writing and playing, though. You know, because I can go in my head and be like, okay, now play that. You know, I wrote that, and now you have to play it, not me. You know, so
That's
can write
my
anything.
entire life is I just write something fucked up and then be like, all right, good luck. And I'm going to rush if I'm playing drums. So you're all
so
going to
learn to
die.
play it faster.
Yeah, you're all going to die.
Is Militarie Gun going to use tracks? Do you think?
I would rather build out the band to have more members for a live band because I just really like the classic rock setup and actually performing instead of like there being a computer element. I'm down for either. Obviously, it takes making a lot of money to add band members. So
It does. It would. I mean, the person that would benefit from that the most would be you, just because the time would never be.
Yep.
There's never a factor of you being like that was too fast.
But
or that
then
was too
by
slow.
association, everyone else playing too is going to be playing to a click, essentially.
I think for some songs we should get a click for like the LP stuff. We're doing this tour with White Reaper, and like my big question with that, I'm like, do their fans want to be yelled at for our 40-minute set? And so I'm thinking about building out and bringing the Mellotron with us and doing a lot of our like LP songs instead of like just the set we've been doing, which is like all about energy, and instead making it a little bit more.
How are they
dynamic.
reacting to it so far?
Who? Oh, that's not the tour we're on now. That tour is
Oh.
in March. Yeah.
Oh.
So
What's the tour you're on now? You're the first guest ever, I think, that's currently on tour.
On tour, yeah, that's true.
we did a tour with Citizen, and then we went into headlining shows with MS Paint afterwards.
Mississippi Paint, friends of the show.
Friends of the show, you got to have DD on.
Love to.
DD on this podcast would be incredible.
Just a character.
Biggest character.
That was similarly. Harm's Way doesn't play to a click or any tracks or anything. We have songs where like Nick is hitting a sample every downbeat. You know, where it's just like very monotonous and tedious, but like being able to kind of whip out a song and not be reliant on something is very appealing to like our punk brains, you know. And
I also just get scared of like things fucking up. Of like, what if that night that you can't hear nothing?
I mean,
like
it's new.
but
It's
you're in pro
news.
venues when you do that type of shit. So
You
But, like-
make the news every time that happens. you
Yeah,
know?
and we talked about this on the Vincent episode, but what I didn't mention was like I saw Ghost play once in like a 500 cap room at a surprise set, and the drummer got off the click and fucked up the entire band.
one song or multiple songs?
One song, just one
Okay,
song, but
okay.
like,
But you're
you
talking
could
about
see-
it here on this podcast, you know?
But you could see
you literally
all of
just
them.
made news. Yeah.
You could see all of them like looking at him like, what the fuck is going on? And he's just,
There has
You
to be
know
like
that-
a kill switch or
Dude.
something. And be like,
yeah,
You know that motherfucker got spanked in the back
probably
after
fired
that.
for all
Yeah.
we. I mean, who knows?
his
Dude,
name
the
was-
drummer on the first couple, ripper.
He was open handed too.
I just got into Ghost.
Dude, those first couple years that Ghost was around was so fun. Yeah, our tour, we got real into him, didn't we?
Label man.
I'm going backwards.
now.
They're on Metal Blade?
No, Loma Vista. They're Ian's
Oh.
label mates.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're label mates with them. So,
You're going backwards?
well, so they had this like, I don't even know if I should be talking about this.
Yeah. Maybe.
They have a song that I thought was really fun, and then I really like the new record. Straight up, I really like the new record, and then now I'm just like finding all the rest of the hits.
When that came out, and knowing that like all the amps are just like cranked orange heads, like there's nothing. It's like the driest record production wise.
Mm-hmm. I loved it.
It was so.
I loved the way it
awesome.
sounded, and I think that's maybe why. No diss to Ghost if you're watching this. You know, lifelong fan. Love
I hope
the band.
So much more successful than someone who would listen to this podcast.
You never know though. I got some people hitting me up who I'm shocked listening to this damn show. I think that's maybe why live I kind of had a bad time watching Ghost because it's like so digital now that like I might as well just listen to the record. There's no difference.
It's perfect.
Yeah, I don't
like
a perfect set. I need some humanity in it. You know,
Interesting.
Yeah, but that's not what people want when they're going to an arena show.
Yeah, those dummies.
I didn't see them at an arena. I saw them at the Wiltern. You know.
What year?
And it was already absolutely perfect to the extent where I was like, what's the point?
Yeah, at a certain point, it is kind of like watching people just like air guitar.
The air guitar to an album. I need the rawness.
I'm gonna go in face paint when they play next.
Just a fan.
I'm just gonna be a fan now.
And then go backstage with the Loma Vista plug and be like, hey guys.
I already met the guy.
Great show. You met the guy?
I met the guy when I went to the label one day.
Tobias.
Tobias, yeah.
They fucking schedule him to be there just to tickle you a little bit there.
No, we were already signed. We're good.
Oh, all right, cool. Well, good. Congrats, Loma Vista. That's huge.
I didn't realize that. Wow.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Thank you. Trying my best here.
You're doing it. You're doing your best. It's working.
That's what we waited to fucking release the LP for so long, as we were like wanted this specific label, and took a long time, but we got it.
It's the right move. What's the story you're like? How the shows? Well, any weirdness? Any anecdotes? Are you just the most boring person?
I'm the most boring guy. I'm suck. I'm so boring. We got rear-ended. we got rear-ended in New York City, and our trailer got smashed up because, of course, trailers are not made of like really quality materials. And I just bought the trailer. Guy did not have insurance.
Do you have uninsured motorist insurance?
Oh, fuck no. I have the most bare bones. I drove without insurance for like 10 plus years.
How do you not learn from, like, your friend Colin was damn near killed in this accident 3 years ago or whatever.
I don't even know about that.
Everybody I know should have the best insurance in the world. Don't fuck around.
Well, now
you don't have a car, but I want you to get some good car insurance.
I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but I don't have a car, and I don't even have health insurance. I haven't had health insurance in like 10 years.
You are animalistic.
I need to get health insurance.
I'm going to hunt you.
Health insurance would be really nice.
You guys are sick.
I would fuck with it. I would love some health insurance.
It'd be really cool.
Providence, if you're, or Kaiser or something, if you're listening. Kaiser.
I'm looking for a sponsorship. If anyone is out there,
Manscaped,
if you want to pay for my health insurance.
Don't talk to Manscaped yet. We don't have them yet. Don't address
Manscaped, if you're listening to this, I'm also going to start a podcast.
Okay.
It might have stronger numbers than this one. Who's to say?
We'll see. Ours are getting pretty good.
Anyway, we got rear-ended. The dude was not insured, and I realized my insurance was not going to do anything at all. So then it kind of came down, and then we like waited for the police to make a report for a long time. And it was kind of like, well, what are we going to do with the police report? There's nothing nothing to be done with this. And then it was like,
for your insurance, Ian. Did your insurance?
Yeah, but they're not going to do anything. I already called them and was like, could you help me with this at all? And they're like, no, you're fucked.
Really?
Yeah. They're like,
he has liability only.
I have liability. I only works if I pay him.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Insurance is a fucking scam.
Yeah, but it's a scam that if you don't use the scam, you get fucked.
Anyway,
Okay.
it got.
I will say
it got really bleak with this guy because at one point it was like, all right, we're gonna have to be like, give us all the money you got.
Yeah.
And imagine hitting somebody and then 5 guys all roll out of the van and you're just one guy alone.
Yeah.
And he really wanted to do the right thing. He stayed, like he was not tripping. He was young like us, which probably made it even worse.
Yeah.
But then it was like he was like, I have $300, and we're like, all right, give us the $300. I didn't even do the shaking down, and
to his name,
he showed
net
showed
worth
us
300,
and the 300 was his bank account, and we were like, you know what, man, just get out of here.
Good for you. Good for you. That's I understand the thought process, but in the
we were
end,
out fucking $1,700 to fix the trailer. You know, but
he's a scumbag for sure. But like,
I mean, I drove without insurance
for a reason.
No joke, 10 years. Like
Yeah,
I just got insurance for the first time because I'm a scumbag.
Sick.
Yeah, but yeah, it got so bleak. It got so bleak.
I will say, when we had our trailer stolen in Vegas, we had multiple homeowners insurance, renters insurance. We had insurance on the trailer, on the van. It was all red tape and nothing covered anything. So like certain things are just like, sorry, you're going to have to talk to blah, blah, blah.
Sorry, we're a scam. We can't help you.
Yeah, but it's for an accident. It's different. Yours would have been entirely covered if you had the right insurance.
That's true.
Who's to say? But it looked so gnarly. So you got rear-ended, and the back of the trailer was hit so hard that it snapped the lock.
It snapped the hitch off, and it hit the bumper. And then we had to drive with it just to get off the highway with it unhitched, straight up. Oh my God. So then when we stopped, when it was chained, but it just was. So like if you stop, there's not like it just goes and has to hit the van to stop. And that luckily it was brief, but
did any gear get fucked up or anything?
A bass amp got a knob snapped off. We came out unscathed because we had the luggage in the back, so the luggage padded the gear.
How interesting! Wow, we never do that.
If you're listening,
pillow.
Clever, yeah.
Luggage first.
We have the 4th bench out, so that back area.
That's luggage.
Because then you get to your hotel and you just open up the van. You don't have to go into the trailer and unlock it, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, now what if the trailer gets hit, Bowen?
It's a really
What if the trailer gets hit?
Other notable stories are
the
one night I did. So I'm kind of can be antisocial, and I was like, all right, you know what? Tonight I'm going to get drunk so I can interact with people. So I got drunk, gave my keys to my band members, and I haven't seen them since.
Oh,
they got left in Portland, Oregon on the wheel well and driven to be dropped in some random location. 2 nights later, trailer door left wide open overnight.
Why?
I was in the hotel already, so I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is that everyone says it's not their fault. Same with the keys.
It's somebody's fault. Well, the keys are your fault, 100%.
How are the keys my fault? I gave them to them to load the van and drive the van.
Are they your keys?
Yes, but everyone knew the score.
You said,
I did not do the loadout.
Guys, I drank myself beyond comprehension, and I need you to do this for me.
The key bearer assumes responsibility.
The original bearer, right?
No. The new bearer. Ian is in the right completely.
I gave my keys away for the rest of the night, and the fact that the van was being driven away from the venue, I assumed my keys were in the fucking ignition.
Who'd you give them to?
I gave them to Will. The only person I know who's not at fault is our guitar player, Waylon. Waylon is a saint.
Waylon's never done anything wrong in his life.
I wholeheartedly believe that. He's never hurt a fly.
Wow.
No, he's pissed me off a couple times, actually.
Crystal Pack, friend of the show.
She's with us right now.
She's with you right now.
Is she really?
Yeah.
She didn't want to listen to this live?
She was saying she's a big fan. I was like, you should go on. And
Yeah.
I said, yeah, but not right now. This is my time to
This is
shine.
Ian's
So
time, so she's going to have to wait. All right. Crystal,
Yeah.
you'll get your turn. Good shit, man. Well, I'm sorry that happened. Did that have your personal car keys on them too?
yeah. Well, not Audrey's car key, not that one. But the van is my vehicle. This is my daily driver. And the part that's most insulting to me, and I still haven't put these on a keychain. I have all of my keys individually now.
Oh my god.
I live my life in
that's
chaos.
so Ian.
It's just spite. I refuse to accept this, and I'm going to show you what I refuse to accept.
So you got copies made next to a rack full of key rings.
No, I said I'm going to hang out with my RJC band member, Alex. Y'all can go do the keys because I didn't lose the fucking keys.
Wow. I can imagine you were actually shoot mad when that happened.
I've never like yelled or anything, but I'm just like, what is this? Like, this is what I refuse. This is now my van key.
That is hideous.
No authority to this at all.
I would never use that key.
I refuse to put this on a key ring because it sucks.
No, that's temporary. You can never turn me on with that key.
No. So now this is my life. I walk up onto stage. I unload my pockets with all of these spare keys.
Oh God. Unlabeled.
You
know which one each one does?
Yeah.
You know they're all their roles.
Practice space 1 and 2.
So I think the trailer being left open is less forgivable than losing the keys.
That's where were you?
That's your whole life.
At a hotel?
Vancouver. Well, we were in Surrey. Yeah. Basically no reason that everything we owned didn't walk away.
Yeah.
Totally.
If you were in Montreal, the hotel would have been stolen. You're lucky.
Yeah, we are like, so like one of the touring bands with us was staying at the same hotel and literally started calling all of our phones at 4 a.m. because they went out to smoke weed. And we're like, hey, your trailer's just open. Which is really funny because we had a boot on the trailer. We put a boot on the trailer every night. So there was security measure in the boot being there and then just a wide open trailer where you could take all the shit.
Good for you. What kind of boot do you guys have? Because we do the same thing.
I don't know if it's like anything fancy. I don't know. It's got a W on the lock.
Does it work?
I tried to roll with it one day just to see what would happen and it didn't move.
Wow.
I mean, if somebody wants to drive away, at least with the one that we have is not like a city boot, like a big one. It's like
we don't have anything like that. It's
like
just like a claw.
It's like a claw. We probably have the same thing. Is it red and yellow?
It's red. I don't think it's yellow.
Ours is like red and yellow, and
you got the McDonald's limited.
Yeah, I got the limited one.
Same one.
And you just like
he didn't get the new toys, but he got that limited.
This one has 4 claws instead of 2.
Right.
And this one you like put it on, and like if somebody wanted to drive away with it, they certainly could, and it would like like be crazy and loud.
It's like the thing is like you just would have to get pulled over if you wanted to steal.
And then we back up against something, a curb.
Yeah, that's the way.
Anything. A wall.
Ian didn't do that. But Ian seems like he's like, it's up you guys, off with ye, and then they fuck up, and you're like, what? They're the lord of the manor gets to complain. But are you a helpful guy on tour, Ian?
I help load in. I don't help load out.
As the singer, that's fine.
Not as the drummer though.
No, as the drummer.
I mean, on RJC tour, I got no option but to be like, I staged my shit early and fucking, no.
When we did those shows together, was I helpful for you with the drum? Did we use your kit?
You used our kit for sure.
I set that motherfucker up every day, didn't I?
No, because I don't think you did sound checks.
Come on.
Did you do sound checks?
You know damn well I helped you set that son bitch up.
Tough to say.
Tough to say, Ian.
No, I don't. I honestly don't remember. I had a parasite at the time, so
Oh,
it
you
was,
did.
it was
You
a
had a
whole thing.
tapeworm. This
Yeah,
is a whole different.
I discovered I
conversation.
had a tapeworm at a God's Hate show. That's an interesting tourist story.
Yeah,
We
this is a
killed Bob
perfect
Saget,
Halloween story.
Gave Ian a tapeworm.
It's real like Treehouse of Horror vibes. So this is perfect for Halloween. Yeah.
You were like,
Hit
oh
us.
no, I lost 10 pounds.
Please hit me. I've never known anyone who's ever had a parasite.
I lost like 30 pounds, I think, which is
I need to
crazy
get-
because I
I
don't
need to
think
get a goddamn tapeworm.
I was like pandemic. Ian Shelton, that fool was like was like 175 probably, and I think
You're
my
eating
usual
good?
walking around weight is like between 140 and 150. And-
oh my God.
And yeah, went on tour and I just thought, I was like, my calorie deficit is out of control because I'm
killing
finally
it.
I'm playing shows again. We're bouncing around like.
Yeah.
Where were you? Like, was it
Texas.
a foreign tour or?
Texas.
We were in Texas. Yeah, it was God's Hate,
Judiciary.
Judiciary, and RJC.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was taking a shit, and there's something dangling out.
No way.
Wow. So you shit out a tapeworm.
I shit out a tapeworm.
Oh,
So
At your
was
show.
that it? Was it over?
Pretty much every medical person I talked to was like, no, there's still more in there for sure. So eventually, after about like 4 more months, I went to the doctor and got a pill that like gave it a seizure so that it let go, and then it just got broke down in my body.
Have you maintained the weight off, or are you fat tricked?
Yeah, I haven't gained weight, so I don't know. It's
So
tough
the
to say
tapeworm
what
was
any
like
of
one
it-
of the greatest things ever.
Yeah, it just helped me like really get back into frontman shape, you know?
fuck.
God,
That wasn't a tapeworm.
First, I gotta find some adrenochrome. Then I gotta find me a tapeworm.
Yeah.
The tapeworm was I remember feeling like such shame and like at first, and then I was like, nah, this is really funny. You guys want to
It's
see the
hilarious.
photo? And then I
It's
just was
definitely
going
funny.
and showing everyone at the show. Like I went up to Anthony from God's Hate first, and I was like, hey man, do you want to see something fucking crazy? And I showed him the
Picture his
photo
laugh.
of me holding up the tapeworm.
How big was it?
It was probably close to 6 inches.
Holy fuck!
And I think that was only a piece of it.
I'll give you a 6-inch tapeworm.
Or a piece of it, at least.
Yeah.
Dude, this all reminds me of like buying, like you said, adrenochrome and blah, blah, blah. TikTok is ruining my life, and I can't stop buying shit that
Really?
is advertising to me.
What are you buying?
I got some dude was doing an interview where he was talking about he watched Arnold Schwarzenegger throw a whole egg into like a protein shake, like with the shell because of the calcium. And he went on a deep dive, blah, 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 made a toothpaste powder with this eggshell in it. And it's like applying non-fluoridated, did Colin freeze? Ooh, he
No.
big froze. Oh, okay.
I'm not frozen. I'm judging.
He's just not breathing. Applying calcium directly
He's
to your
fascinated.
teeth
I'm
that
just
doesn't have
sickened
fluoride
again.
in it is actually really good for your teeth, blah, blah, blah. And I watched this. I went down a rabbit hole, and I'm $20 later. I got some egg powder coming my way. I bought
You're on a whole different TikTok than me.
a retro gaming console that like I later looked up that the company is just like bullshit and definitely scammed me.
You bought the Soldier Boy cube or whatever?
I don't know what it is. I don't
The
know
Soldier
what
Boy
it is.
S5?
Another tooth cleaner thing that vibrates that doesn't do shit. Just all kinds of stuff.
So this
My
is-
targeted ads are all jackets that look like the jackets that I own, but are from brands I've never heard of.
And how many of them are you like, that's a sick jacket?
I'm like, oh, nice.
Yeah.
shit.
There's
That's
one where
got
it heats itself and you could charge your phone. Have you seen that one?
What?
I'm not into tech. Let's keep the jackets low tech.
Bro,
No tech in the jackets.
it has like coils in it that self-heat and you charge it, but then it also has a USB port.
If
That's
it was a
back-
cooling jacket so I could wear it for the duration of the
Yeah.
set, I would fuck with that jacket. We need some
Now
incentives
you're
on
getting
that.
into Aaron Young territory. Yeah.
I got a business proposal for Aaron Young.
All right, give him a call. That's his shit, man.
At the next family barbecue, I'm
He's a tech guy.
gonna start pitching.
I can't. I don't. I genuinely don't think he would be happy with me talking about it on here. So
Fair enough.
I'm gonna stop there. But yes,
It went.
I mean, he's probably bummed
car
that people
crashes,
know he
tapeworm.
exists.
yeah, absolutely. He won. I don't. He doesn't know though. You know, he doesn't know that.
I'm gonna send him the clip.
He's ever been a subject on this podcast. He's for sure never listened to it. My mom does now though.
Oh no!
Yeah, she's listening. I'm pretty
Well,
heartbroken.
she's gonna hear all about her conception of Taylor on this episode.
Bummer.
Shit, my mom does too.
Yeah.
And I talked about that too.
Well,
Oh, I'm not editing that out. You could not pay me.
Well, dude, I one of our very early episodes, I talked about how there was like my mom's obsessed with the Who. There's a VHS tape of the Who playing Quadrophenia. Billy Idol comes out and does his bellboy part, and she like flashed him. And the next day, because he like fucked up the lyrics during it, because my mom was like front row and blah blah blah.
also they re-recorded and had to go to the boobs.
No. My mom texted me the next day and was like, it was actually during this part at this show.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow,
We got all the mom. We got to have them both on.
I was gonna say we should have my mom on.
Let's do both at the same time.
Should we? That'd be actually kind of fun. Huh?
That would be. I mean, no offense to you, mom. By this, it would be a fucking nightmare for me.
Dude, moms of the show.
Mom's just swapping stories where we're just here like, Mom,
Oh my god.
come on, Mom, don't.
Okay, that's a really good idea. We should do that.
Okay, got it.
Right. Yeah, right.
So Militarie Gun's on tour now to infinity, man. You
Yeah.
just signed your.
We're announcing dates tomorrow.
Oh man. You might as well say them now because
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
doing shows with Anxious and Pile of Love in California, December 9th at the Roxy. That's where you got to be.
Okay.
That's
Please.
The Roxy?
Yeah.
Damn.
Crazy.
Who's headlining that? The Roxy.
fun. Really?
Yeah.
You took your fucking hog out of your pants. You slapped it on the table.
Here it is.
So show up so we don't look like
Wrote the
stupid
Roxy.
idiots.
What's if you don't mind me asking, what's the cap at the Roxy?
500.
Okay.
It's not. Yeah, the cap isn't like insane.
It's the
but
name.
It's the
name.
room. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah, we got to do it. It's really cool because it'll be like almost exactly a year since we did it with Angel Dust. And so it'll be like kind of interesting. I mean,
Symbolic.
see how it
Awesome.
turns out.
We can go to Prince Street before the gig.
There's a few people who live in LA. I'll tell you what.
There's
So
a couple.
you'll probably do well.
Yeah.
Couple few.
How was that?
We did
How
all
was
right at
it-
the Echo. So
How was your New York? Yeah, that show was great.
New York show? Okay, this is a really important thing to talk about to the audience. Don't destroy the band's gear when they start their set. It's like a
Did that happen?
super important part of the thing. But I feel like when you play like a lit anywhere from like a 150 cap to a 350 cap, it's like you run the risk of just getting rummaged by the audience from the start of the set.
Oh
So
my God.
track one, bass gets broken, mic
bass?
cord gets ripped out to where the light, the core, the like line is just done. And it was just like, wow, our really big show is turning out to be pretty rough right now.
Yeah, but the chaos of it had to have been more of a
Well,
spectacle
the audience
than, like,
never slowed down, and that was the godsend of the whole thing, where it was just like, oh, had they been like, can't hear the vocals, you know,
Ooh,
it'd have
this
been like,
thing I just did made this set super awkward.
I'm not even
Yeah.
having fun anymore.
Yeah, can't even hear it now. This is bullshit.
so luckily,
But
What
those,
did I-
the,
What did I
the-
break this for?
yeah, those
Yeah.
shows, those times like that where the show is so crazy that the mic cord gets ripped, the bass gets broken. That's what gets you over now. That's
definitely,
what works.
but I just really love sounding good.
Yeah, but that's us. Like, but the audience isn't like. Generally, they'll be like, "Yo, they sounded great." But what's gonna
bass
work-
is like pretty important. That's my only thing. Is just
Okay,
like
but
we had
did
we
it
had bass
eventually
problems throughout
work?
the rest of the set, and it was
I-
just like I don't think
you
anyone
two-
gave a shit at all,
No.
but
No.
except for me, you know.
But
to
here's the
to an
thing.
average showgoer, the most important things are the vocals and drums. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
what-
or
that's
like
what
a
moves
solo.
everything.
We even had a song where our bass player had to leave the stage to go find a new bass.
That's pretty awkward.
But it was a
But-
song with like dynamics where it actually like kind of
Yeah.
works. So
But like a
Yeah.
video, if somebody's watching a 60-second TikTok or something, because like these little fragments of live music are how you grow now.
yeah.
Something where somebody online goes, this is crazy. I have to share it with somebody.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
literally the
that
only
was,
way.
like, when we did the surprise, we've like popped up on stage during other band sets twice now. And those two moments like pushed things so far forward for us because people weren't expecting us. And it gave a really concentrated like
Whoa, this is
reaction
special.
from
They
the
must
audience.
be
Cause it's like,
special.
oh, we're hopping up for doing one song. So it's like, go crazy for the one song. Otherwise, like you get, whatever, you get nothing out of
Right.
this. So
Very true.
Hmm.
Wise.
It's hard to do.
Yeah.
You know, that's real like lightning in a bottle kind of shit.
well,
can't
yeah, the
just do
audience
it.
has to actually be interested first and foremost, and then you like have to like let people like redistribute the information. People are interested in this and want to go crazy. But that's what's so popping about hardcore right now is
Mm-hmm.
is exactly that. And I think it's what happened like with Ceremony and Trash Talk and even like Harm's Way. I remember I listened to one episode and you guys were talking about Harm's Way at Rainfest and it being really scary. And I remember I got
Ugh.
annihilated right at the top of that Harm's Way at Rainfest set.
Really, that's when
Yeah.
we opened with Pantera. We opened with.
I'm trying
Strike
to
Me
paint
Out
myself
Strike.
as kind of the Forrest Gump of hardcore,
You were
where
just
like
there.
you could go to all these like classic
don't think-
moments, and I'll just be like in the background somewhere.
I don't think that's the analog you quite want. There
No,
might
he's-
be.
No,
He's
I'm
somewhere
going with it.
between
I'm going with
Forrest
it.
Gump and the Kingdom Hearts guy. He was in every movie, but we just didn't know it.
No,
Ian was
I'm
there.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah,
I'm Forrest Gump.
true. You ain't whooping no little demons and shit. Yeah, all right. You
Shit
heard it.
happens.
Ian Shelton, Forrest Gump. The way, that's perfect. Good way to wrap it.
Just let
Yeah.
everyone take what they
Yeah.
will from it.
No,
What are you
I-
having
I
for
just-
dinner tonight?
Whatever North Carolina has.
They
Some
probably got
good-ass-
everything.
Some
I
good ass
might
barbecue.
try to go Waffle House because we haven't done Waffle House yet.
Nothing wrong with that.
Lovely.
Nothing wrong.
Would love
know
a little
what's fun?
breakfast for dinner.
I was kind of like I was just like, yeah, Waffle House is fine. I'll do it. And then doing the show, I think about Waffle House a lot. And then
Dude.
we went together.
Yeah.
I had a delicious meal.
And that was like a chaotic one. Like I know that's part of why blah 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 blah. If we went to one where we got like seated immediately, like you normally do,
And a full menu.
and a full menu, exactly like the real experience, dude. I've said this before, but when I ordered the All Star, I asked for the waffle to come 10 minutes later.
The All-Star is Denny's.
Oh,
Oh?
what All
Isn't it?
American
Oh,
No, the Grand
shit.
Slam. You're right.
All Star? They're just two
I'm-
baseball things. Back
I'm
off.
a rotten egg.
But I asked for the waffle to come later.
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to do that to Miss Portia.
Yeah. No, she was busy.
She was busy. But
She was
normally
off the clock.
that's my move.
So Waffle House for dinner tonight, Ian.
Yeah, we drove by one on the way in. So
How many shows do you have left on this specific little run?
we have like 2 weeks left. It's like a 5-week total thing.
You didn't even tell me about your new record / re-release thing.
Dude, let's talk about it.
It's out now.
I'm sure the label would be pissed if they knew that I did not
Yeah, they'd be like, "What the
mention
fuck,
this.
man?" It's you repressed all the stuff and there's new stuff.
So it's convoluted in that way because we've been
It's a great
working on
conundrum.
represses for so long. And then this concept of like the re-release came after the records had been at the press for 7 months. And with that also, we recorded those songs with Taylor. Like, I mean, some of them, 2 of them are iPhone recordings actually. And then Taylor mixed them to sound better.
Now, do you
but-
mean like they were like an 8-track on an iPhone or just in a room record?
it's like I have a specific miking technique for drums and guitars, and when it's just my GarageBand on my iPhone.
It's crazy.
That's
Pointed
amazing.
so yeah, I can't stand busy people and can't get none are both. All the instruments come from the iPhone, from just
amazing.
being mic'd from a iPhone, and then Taylor mixed those. But yeah, we wanted to do it and then get it out for this, so we weren't going to have vinyl for this for now anyway.
Mhm.
So it's like, why not just release it digitally and keep it moving? Because if everyone just decides to wait around for vinyl, like nothing's ever going to happen.
It's getting better, but yeah, that was definitely a debate with the dead body stuff of like, do we? Because it's been done for
you did wait forever,
so long.
That's right.
It's been a full year. I was like 175 pounds in those promo pics. Crazy.
How much are you now?
220.
Wow.
Ish.
Really? You weigh 220 pounds?
Yeah, brother. Slapping meat.
Meat
Meaty
man.
Man meat.
That's crazy.
It's for dinner.
Well,
Sandwich.
feeling good.
So listen to All Roads Lead to the Gun.
Okay, the third one.
The third installment.
The third.
That's how I wanted to call it All Roads Lead to the Gun 3, but it just would have been too confusing because then there's 2 other All Roads Lead to the Gun before you get to 3. So
Are there not though?
There are. So that's why it's All Roads Lead to the Gun Deluxe.
Deluxe. But
Deluxe.
then and the single, terrific, with an incredible video.
Thank you.
Did you do that? How much of that video was you?
The ideas were me, but that's our guitar player Will. He is the freaking
the one you gave the keys to.
Yeah,
that lost the keys.
I gave the keys to Will. So, but he earns his keep, you know.
He did a good video, so maybe he gets to pass on.
Yeah.
The chop.
I give him the least shit. Yeah. So basically, Will and I's relationship and goes all the way back to like when I started doing like the bigger Angel Dust videos. Is me like thrusting Will into the really difficult parts, so I can work on the creative elements. And so Will has to deal with everything that sucks. So like literally we had one concept for the Let Me Be Normal video. And I was like, that's kind of difficult. Fuck it. Let's just pull up and do green screen. And then I have like a couple ideas. And then as we're driving to the shoot, I was like, all right, Will, do you think that you could put my face on a baby and the baby gets picked up and then kicked into space? And he's like, yeah, I could do that. And then I was like, all right, could you have my brother pick me up as a baby and then box me? And then I was like, could you have
true story or no?
These are all my little brother did smash my leg in half once.
Wow.
But he was a baby and he was the baby at the time because he's my younger brother.
He's younger.
And he jumped out of off the bunk bed, and we had one of those like really cheap futon mattress bunk bed ones where I had the like really large metal grating. My leg just goes and slips between, and then my whole body goes, and it snapped my small bone. And my mom didn't believe me about that I was in pain. She just thought I was trying to get out of school, which I did a lot.
Yeah.
Walked on it for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Holy fuck.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
that could like permanently alter the course of your life.
I just got my real
It's probably why I'm
ID.
short.
You guys know about real
That's
ID?
probably why.
Yeah, I got one. Dude.
Yeah. So I just had to renew my I just had to renew my license. I was just there the other day. And one of the things they ask for proof of residency is your high school transcripts. It's like an option. For some reason, I had that, I think, from when I got my passport originally back in the day. And I just had them laying around. And I was looking at my days absence. And I remember my mom gave me a limit of 5 days a year that I could just like, for any reason, I could just stay home.
Wow.
Mom, she's ahead of the curve. And what was funny was every year it was 5 days for every single. I was maxed out.
Did you
I think
use
my sixth grade year I missed like 45 days.
45 days?
I missed
you
like
were
almost
a piece of shit,
fucking semester.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Were you a little fucker or what?
No, I've always been more scared of like trouble than like I don't get in trouble, but I just would lie to stay home.
Okay.
Just never
Insane.
really liked school.
Same. Did you do? What were your guys' grades like?
Dude, I could literally go get my transcripts right
I don't
now.
want to see your fucking. Thing.
Pathetic.
I was like
I
a
wanna
B
know if-
minus.
Okay.
Never
I
did.
think my
Never did
overall
homework once.
Neither did I. I never did
Same.
homework.
Same.
Ever. I think my overall GPA was like 2.5.
Oh, dude, I was a 2.4, so I was
Yeah.
right there with you.
That was pretty similar. I did.
Look at us now, guys.
I did running start for my final year, and I was
How's that?
so. It was. It's like where you go to college instead of high school for your final year,
Oh.
and I really just did it so I could slack off more, and it worked.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I failed German like every year, and my teacher just let
You
me come
speak
back.
German?
Why
every
did you
year.
have German classes? That's fucking pointless.
I agree, but he speaks German.
It's come in handy. It's worked.
Has it? Is that where you learn German, or did you grow up learning? Don't fucking speak German to me right now. Don't do it. The thing.
Ich habe nur in
No.
Schule gelernt.
I don't want to hear you.
I know I only learned in school.
Are you gonna compliment him?
Wow.
Compliment Colin in German.
Yeah. Say something, guy.
Du bist ein Schweinhund.
No, I'm saying like the German way.
Oh no! Don't do that. I can't handle that.
Yeah, I
right
can
now.
definitely. I speak
not
fluent
stable
that.
Yeah.
I just called you a bastard, by the way.
You're obsessed with calling me a bastard. My
I
parents
said
bastard
were
compliment
married.
him. What kind of
My
sick man are
parents
you?
were married when I was born. Okay.
I'm
You're
a bastard.
man. Are you?
See? So that's offensive. Bob.
I'm not either.
offensive.
I'm a trueborn.
Yeah.
I don't even know my dad, so
just to
you're
answer
really
the
a bad
question,
person.
I took German because it was offered. The Spanish classes were like huge and were like serious, and the German one just seemed like really chill. And
But it's just
my
so
family's from Germany.
It's just so useless to know in this country, you know? Everybody's.
I just don't know if I go around saying that your family's from Germany.
Yeah, how'd they get here and when and why?
Yeah, what year
Like
did they
1908?
arrive?
Asylum, perhaps? Oh,
1908,
08?
like
Mhm.
before the First World War. So
2008.
What did they think of World War One?
what did my family think of World War One?
Were they for it or?
They're rocking
well, they
with it,
left
probably.
because they weren't into the Kaiserreich, so
Oh.
they probably weren't for it.
What'd they think of number 3?
I'll tell you what they really loved was World War Five, brother.
God
know what I'm
damn
talking
right.
about.
When do you
My
fuck
Opa was all about World
when do
War.
you fuck with World War Five? If you're listening,
Dude, you know that's a true story that my mom bought a Twitching Tongue shirt off of eBay, and it was Leo. That's a true story. She bought a shirt, wears it, has it, and it was Leo.
that's awesome. That is perfect. Ian, what's the rest of your night like? You know,
I'm gonna watch
Listen,
Survivor.
listen to some Kanye, watch some Kanye.
Speaking of World War One, I'm gonna watch that All Quiet on the Western Front remake.
Speaking of World War One,
Speaking of World War One or two, Kanye
Yeah,
West.
Kanye.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably watch Survivor.
Sick. What season are you on?
I'm watching the current one.
Oh shit! Jeff Probst went to my my gym for a while.
Really?
Very nice.
Yeah.
I'm trying
He's
to.
shredded.
I grapple constantly with whether or not I want to apply.
I could get you on, no joke.
I think I would have a good chance of getting on, but then I'm like, well, then I have to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, then you're there.
it's the
And
same
then-
casting
so
as Big Brother.
My thing
I
with
could
it
send
is
one
that
email.
I know that I could not win. It would ruin my music career.
Yeah, it would.
So, assuming I could maybe have some good type of social strategy, I would have to like strategically be like, I need to get in 4th place.
Ah,
You know what I'm saying? Like you'd have to be like,
and be like a sacrifice kind of guy.
yeah,
Where it's
you
like-
want like
Yeah.
a power goat type situation,
Yeah.
where you're like
Where they
playing-
want you back next season, but you say no.
and then you go like
wanna focus
the
on
next season and you get voted off early because people are like that person's a threat there.
Yeah,
They're too
That's
good.
the type of
Survivor
the type of play
All
you want.
Stars.
But
you want
if-
to make it to All
In
Stars,
rock music, if they know that you got $1 million, you're over.
you're out, dude.
Wow.
But I think in lieu of touring, I feel like a Survivor play would really get the career going.
Absolutely.
I knew a girl who got like the offer for Real World. Like we were pseudo dating way fucking back.
There's a
And
member
she's-
of a hardcore band who almost got on Survivor. so bummed still to this day that he didn't get on.
This guy Hayden that was on Big Brother the first season I worked on was like, I don't know if he became a Tongue's Head after he got off or like while he was in there, because he like hit me up immediately after the season. And it was bizarre because I'm watching this guy as like his underling.
Right.
And then a week later, he's like, fucking Preacher Man, bro, let's go.
Isn't it strange having
nice.
like a famous fan? Because you're like, it feels like this should do something for me, but it just does not.
It's real, but it's really is like music is the thing where like no matter how famous or powerful you are, you listen to music.
Yeah.
So and it's like especially if you're an actor or something who can't play music, music blows your fucking mind. So you just want to be friends with those people. Like the people that the world look up to musicians because it's like the thing they can't do.
Chris Santos was like instrumental in us getting on Metal Blade.
Yeah.
And when fucking Maddie Matheson wore the Harm's Way shirt on the
Paranormal, that rocked. That was
like constantly every day for like a month.
You're getting tagged every day.
Have you seen this? So it pays. Residuals, you know?
Reggie Watts randomly,
that was crazy.
Randomly was just like, here's he just posted an RJC song on his main on his grid. He posted just this song Absence. And then I ran into him.
No.
And I was like, really random. Hey man, like you posted my band recently. And he said he found out about us via Montana Public Radio, that an author he was listening to was talking about liking us. And that's how he found our band.
You know what's funny about that though? How much shit did I give you for not putting the name on the album art?
And I still stand by what is.
But then he posted. He didn't post the name.
Yeah, it did. It said Absence Regional Justice Center.
It did not say the name. I remember looking at it. I remember thinking, imagine if they put the name on this art.
It still would have yielded nothing. It got like 196 likes. It's like it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing, except for like, oh, someone who I think is cool thinks I'm cool.
Yeah,
like that's the only power in like a famous motherfucker liking your shit.
It's a good feeling.
This band posts a lot.
Insane amount. Yeah, I was like, holy shit, this got no likes, but I got a lot of like us reposting. I got a lot of people to go comment on it.
Yeah, exactly. It really is. It is hilarious how little it would take for me to be like, I fuck with this guy. You know, it's just like if you're like, I like this song you did. I'm like,
you're just like, I love him forever.
I'd die for this man.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's really hard having your opinions change so rapidly due to your ego being inflated.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It's the easiest way.
It's crazy, man.
Ego is a hell of a thing.
It's so funny how accessible musicians are because we're all so self-conscious.
I know.
It's
just the easiest art. Straight up, it's the easiest art to shit on because it's so subjective, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's too subjective.
I've really tried to adopt your mindset, Colin.
What's that?
It's like your movie mindset where it's like, nothing sucks.
Nothing sucks because everything took a lot of work.
Like obviously nothing sucks. Yeah. You know? I've really tried to adapt that.
My logic with like things sucking is like maybe I'll talk shit privately about something if I find it egregious, but the other strategy I have is I just say I've never heard something if I dislike it, and that way nobody ever has to feel a way about me disliking what they've made.
Yeah.
So it's just like, what do you think of this band? I'm like, never heard it.
Yeah.
Like, and that is an interesting.
That's the Mariah Carey method.
I don't know that.
I don't know her.
It is an interesting dynamic to just like, obviously I don't like all music that's come out.
Yeah.
but I don't want to be the guy to be like, this is terrible about anything.
I have the phenomenon, and it happened with RJC early on, where I was like, all these guys in like metalcore bands and like deathcore bands love RJC for some reason. And I'm like, I do not give a shit about a single band in that genre, but so I don't want to publicly like talk shit on something that is like clearly a part of my fan base. Same with like Militarie Gun and guys in pop punk bands. Like that is a part of that's a sector
big time
of our fan base. And it's like, I have no intent on being rude to someone who likes my band. So I'm not going to talk shit on pop punk bands. And like,
straight up, dude.
That's
It's just
saying.
pointless. It's pointless.
If
to be
you
rude.
if you
That's
fuck
it.
with my creative output 1%, I'm taking a bullet for you whether you like it or not. I'm dying for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like
Hilarious.
you
I don't
also
know if
probably
it's
have a
good or
really
bad.
specific thought process on it, just because of Twitching Tongues being the polarizing band that it was at the time, and like my thing with I'm more recently a Twitching Tongues fan, but there was when that movie Mother came out, I still haven't seen it because I just loved how much people were on one side or the other of it's good or it's bad, it's the worst thing ever, and I just loved not having a stake in the conversation.
You have not seen it yet?
I still have not seen it.
It's a bottom 10 for me probably.
Really?
Yeah, big time.
All time?
Oh yeah.
And so, but
Right down there with
that.
Halloween Ends, brother.
Oh, okay.
I just watch it for fun. I don't go.
Did you see
watched-
Halloween Ends?
Oh yeah. Wins
Holy
watched it by
fuck.
myself in Kelowna, BC.
I watched it by myself as well, and it feels like to me that Kenny Powers co-wrote it and not Danny McBride.
That's kind of how all of them felt.
I watched Black Phone and Barbarian recently.
Incredible.
Barbarian's incredible. I want to talk
Barbarian was
about
really good.
Halloween Ends, though. I think
Go ahead.
that the concept that they went into with the second two is like the psychosis of Haddonfield. And don't think they stuck the landing, but I think they were really original. Like, I could not stand how many times I had to hear the sentence "evil dies tonight" in Halloween Kills, but the idea of the mob mentality and them killing the guy, it took entirely too long to kill the guy.
The mob mentality scene is one of the worst things to ever happen.
But if you think about it just as a story beat and as an interesting facet to a town that's been haunted by a serial killer who will not go away, it's super interesting. Like, story-wise,
I agree.
I don't think they stuck the landing on either of the concepts in either of the final movies, but were great concepts.
Because Michael is still called the Shape in the credits, and the whole gimmick is that evil doesn't die; it takes a new shape, and that's what they were going for with that last one. But they forgot to make it good. Or do anything. Every decision that was made, I was on my couch going,
wait, you
what?
watched it at home?
Yes. I peacocked it.
Nice.
Lame.
You know
I had tickets, but
watching
bad
a
it
first run
fucked-
movie at home is so lame.
yeah.
I'm about to do that tonight, right now.
With Halloween Ends?
With All Quiet on the Western Front, the remake.
Oh, okay.
Do you know how bad it fucked me up growing up that Haddonfield, a made-up place, was in Illinois?
Oh God.
yeah.
I was
Okay,
so
I grew
Oh,
up
as
in
you,
Michael.
you were the biggest pussy in the history.
I was a
of
huge
children.
pussy, and I grew up in the suburbs, like right where Haddonfield would be. That like looked like home.
And it was truly just Pasadena.
Yeah, it was just.
When the Halloween H2O trailer came out, it ruined my life.
Why?
I was at the perfect age where
In the circle.
the circle shot is the scariest thing of all time. And I remember I always wanted to sleep on my parents' floor because I was just so scared of being in my room. And my stepdad at one point literally he opened the front door and said, "You're sleeping in the living room." And that was the scariest night of my life.
Dude, H2O is so good.
Wait, a Siri kicked up from me. So I don't know if I disappeared.
No,
You're
you're
here. You're good.
That's
Okay.
I just got really scared for a second.
Yeah, that was scary.
That was
It was,
scary.
"Whoa."
Something haunted happened.
Dude, I was a huge scaredy cat, and that fucked with me.
pussy.
I would sleep on my mom's floor a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah, that was the spot I preferred, and my stepdad did not like that at all.
How good is Halloween H2O though?
I haven't seen it since it came out.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt gets murked in the very beginning.
It's so
Right?
awesome.
Does he really?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he gets killed with an ice skate, like right off top.
Dude, one of my favorite beginnings to any movie is legitimately the beginning of Halloween 2. The fact that it picks up
Oh yeah.
immediately after
Halloween
the
2 is
first one.
amazing.
Halloween
And
2
that
was
kid-
actually the first one I saw.
Wait for the beginning of Halloween Ends. Let me know what you think, Bo.
Dude,
when
the
you watch
fact
it.
that some innocent kid gets run over and then burned alive in the beginning of Halloween 2 is so fucking insane.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's so crazy.
What were you
Okay,
gonna
wait.
say, Ian?
One more Halloween thing. Just I've been sharing. I had a paranormal experience for the first time in my life, really.
Oh,
Go!
perfect.
So we got this new apartment, and I'm not like keen to believe in haunted shit necessarily. I'm definitely like scared, and I like don't try to look down a hallway if it's dark or anything like that. But like probably a couple weeks into living there, I went up and peed and was walking back, and as I was approaching the bed, I thought my girlfriend was walking by me. And I got into bed and then like moved my hand. I was like, oh shit, she's in bed. And they were straight up someone that walked by me in my bedroom.
That is exactly what happened to me.
And yet we have a common thread for all of these stories.
Ah! Bo's gonna say you were tired and it didn't count.
Is that it? That's
what he thinks.
It's the same thing with Colin's story.
I wasn't even tired. I was just want to lay down and watch.
Just resting my eyes.
Dude,
like the thing
if it's
is,
the same
like,
story, that makes me believe that it was bullshit. Honestly, so
no. But there was. I wasn't even that.
Wait,
tired.
Did he tell it on this podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, what episode?
I saw
I've only
a
listened to
female
just
figure.
this episode.
I don't know where. And wow. Okay, thanks for supporting the podcast, Ian. I don't know where I initially told it, but I saw a figure of a young woman.
I really like the paranormal talk on the Justice episode. It actually could have been on the Justice episode because you guys talked a lot about paranormal shit.
It was.
Actually.
No, it was. It was.
Was it?
I think it was it was either Justice or Emma. I can't remember.
Well, I've listened to the Justice episode for sure, but I would have had this experience before, and I didn't say anything to my girlfriend because I didn't want her to be scared. So,
Now here's the
brand
question.
new apartment.
No, wait. Here's the question. Have you said anything to her since?
I haven't talked to her in weeks.
But what I'm saying is that's a good control. Is if she out of nowhere
she had a really bad sleep paralysis, and that was independent of my thing. And each of us have like thought the cat was somewhere that it wasn't, and then the cat was right next to us multiple times. So that's like the extent of the haunting.
You keep us posted.
I feel not threatened. I don't feel threatened at all. I don't feel any negative energy. So I'm like kind of.
So that's
I'm
the
kind
thing
of
is like
kind of rocking with it.
I could go to a spooky place. I could go to a haunted house, and I'm still gonna go when somebody jumps at me because that's just like a natural thing. Oh, that's a good call. But like
I don't scared if you wear earplugs. Cheat code.
If you're just listening to like Robert Palmer walking through fucking a haunted house.
No, I'm saying I wear straight up just foam earplugs.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about putting on
half the battle is the sounds.
The
and you're
scream,
like, I don't want the sounds. I just want the visual aspect of being haunted.
Well, that was like when I did horror nights, and then like at a certain point, your nerves are so fried, and you're like, I'm just gonna put in these little, and I'm just gonna admire the design here.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna look around and appreciate all the attention to detail that they didn't have.
Such an interesting fellow.
That's one thing I'm real jealous about you guys. I mean, there's lots of things to be jealous about living in Southern California or in California in general. But one thing that I'm truly jealous about is Halloween Horror Nights. That shit is so cool.
I count down the.
I didn't get to go this year. It sucks.
I don't think Taylor went either. Which is
Taylor didn't go either.
This is the first year in. So this is my 16th year going. This is the first year in 13 that I did not go with Taylor.
Wow.
Because just nobody made a peep, and I had to make a fucking.
I tried to go really early, and I think part of the conversation was that you would not be willing to go early, and then we never brought it up ever again.
Absolutely. Here's the thing, Ian. I don't like going late. Everybody just always does it.
Right.
But like to me, when I go there, that kind of kickstarts the season for me. I'm like, all right.
We talked about how bad last year was. I went in Florida because we were in Florida on Halloween weekend, and it sucked so bad because of the COVID stuff.
Oh,
I don't think any year has ever been bad.
The plexiglass, and then like characters who did not have masks were all wearing masks. And I was in Florida.
Oh,
and
the masks were pretty gnarly. Yeah,
it was so lame.
But I was going to say, I've only been in Florida. And part of what's so rocking about it is you can still go to fucking Diagon Alley and all that shit.
Yeah.
Because it's all still open.
You could do that this year here, and there were like Death Eaters walking around. It was badass.
But isn't it only Hogwarts?
Huh?
Do you guys have Diagon Alley at the Universal in Hollywood?
I think the Florida one is just much bigger, but
I'm gonna find out. My mother is coming to Southern California for Thanksgiving, and she wants to go to Disney and Universal.
Huge.
So I'll report back on that.
All right, sounds good. You report back. You keep us posted on the ghost, and Bo and
Yeah.
I will continue to do our own research on this.
I think you could do some research at my apartment. We could do you should do a haunt lore in my apartment. Get to the bottom of
There you
this.
That's all we
Easy.
want to do.
That's all we want to do.
That's literally the goal.
This is going to be over soon. We're
Yeah.
just going to be
I will help achieve a haunt lore series on television if ever you need. I've wanted nothing more than to turn off the lights and say, "What's that?" for a long time. So
It's. I felt like that the real me came out that day.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And we're
how
gonna chase
did you
that
get a
Philly.
"What's that" counter? How many times did you guys?
Did you
say it?
not watch it?
I didn't watch it.
Oh,
Dude, that's our best. That's our best.
This
one.
guy hates us.
I think our
I'm
best
so
outputs.
busy. Stop writing your fucking 2 riffs a day and watch our incredible.
Our
special.
best 2 outputs are the actual haunt lore, like us there, and then the.
Well, I
recap
started
Recap
it, and then
We
I got
still don't
busy.
know what happened with the knock.
No
we
idea.
still don't know.
Yeah.
Unsolved
To this
mystery.
day.
Which, by the way, was there a scarier soundtrack to anything than Unsolved Mysteries?
That's a good
Do you
one.
remember the theme song for that?
Theme, yeah. It's good shit.
Scared the fuck out of me as a kid.
What are your final thoughts here, Ian? What do you want to leave?
well, I feel lame that my story is the same as your story. I now regret
Why?
telling my paranormal story.
Ian,
Don't feel lame.
that's called confirmation, brother.
Is it that we both?
No.
it's
That's
not-
additional
both saying
evidence.
no.
He's a fucking
We
idiot.
don't live in the same house. How is it additional evidence?
Because it's the same thing happening in 2 different places. That's irrefutable proof.
That sometimes someone just walks by you as you're getting into bed.
Yes, and they're really close, and you go, "What's that?" And you go, "Oh, there shouldn't." Your brain doesn't register it correctly because it shouldn't be there.
Because your
But it
brain is
was.
also about to be
Shut
in a
the
place
fuck
where
up, Bo.
I'll say
Flying
that
and shit.
I don't ever feel like I'm just so tired when I go pee. Usually
No, me neither.
I'm going pee because I can't go back to sleep because I have to pee.
fair enough, but I'm just saying it's always part of the story.
They know that though.
Wait,
They're
but
fucking with
peeing
me.
is a part of the story as
No,
well.
the-
Why
the,
are we
like,
not
going-
factoring that in here?
Going to bed, being
Pee.
anything to do with bed.
Well,
It's all- it's
also,
never-
you know
are
why?
we not? Are we all awake at 3 a.m. the haunting
Thank you.
hour?
It's
Thank
never. I was on my way to the grocery store at 1 o'clock, and on
Why
the
would it
sidewalk,
be?
all of a sudden,
They sleep during the day. They're up at night. They're nocturnal.
I always forget. You're right.
Quit being a fucking loser. All right.
I'll stop
So-
being a loser.
I kind of wish I didn't say that story now. And
Why?
No.
No,
to me, I'm
Bo,
just like,
you're
this
right.
guy's
You're right.
backing me
We're
up.
stupid.
Bo has never been right in his life.
He's never been wrong, is all I've heard.
He's never
about him.
lied, but he's
Never
wrong.
lied.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
never
Boy,
lied.
I've
He
been
doesn't
wrong.
believe that he's lying, but he's speaking in bullshit.
So we got that.
Yeah.
I'm excited
Cool,
to be
man.
home someday.
Home's really cool. It's
Home's
really nice.
I'm really
You go to
learning
Apollonia's
to
yet?
like home.
You go to Apollonia's yet near your home?
The fuck is that? Oh, that's the
The
pizza,
pizza
spot.
place. Yeah.
No, I haven't done it yet, but I think Audrey has.
I'll text you.
I think Audrey went there with Taylor. I think Taylor and Kyla came over.
They tried to, and I guess they couldn't.
There's like a crazy line or something like that.
There always is. I told them to order ahead. Quit being moronic.
We had Taylor and Kyla over for dinner, and Audrey picked the spot, and she picked a Korean barbecue spot, and then we sat down, and it was the most expensive meal I've ever had, and
Nice.
none of us bailed. We committed.
That's
Nice.
how you do it.
It was
Agreed.
amazing, though.
Life is way too short to not just ball on some food.
Money
And not just
is
burn money.
around to buy things.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, when
Also-
MeUndies and Manscaped are funding your life, what's Korean barbecue?
Please.
I can only imagine.
Also,
Only
but speaking of, I mean, this is not sponsored in any way. Just so you guys know,
That's true. Not actually sponsored.
I happened to come across some of these Manscaped underwear. Oh my god!
Wait, you can't talk about the Manscaped underwear because you need the MeUndies plug as well. You're
They-
fucking the money up right now.
I'm not fucking. They don't when they start paying me, they can get it. But I just
Now they're gonna listen to this and know that you've plugged the Manscaped underwear, and they're not gonna give you shit.
But if the Manscaped underwear is so dope, who cares?
It's good stuff, man.
I mean,
But I'm not going to talk about it anymore. They don't get nothing else for free. Manscaped.
Anyway, Manscaped, holler at me. I'm starting a podcast at some point in my life.
Don't
It's
holler
gonna
at
be
Ian.
huge numbers.
Do it. Do not.
It is gonna be massive. It's gonna
Manscaped
be
is-
the new Kanye West, Joe Rogan of podcasts. So
Oh.
holler at your
okay,
boy.
so racist and racist and a little dumb.
You're gonna have to listen to find out. This is all part of my marketing scheme.
Okay, this is it. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Well, we'll come on back. We'll talk about. I want to know more about the apartment. We'll come and we'll do
Do the
investigate.
haunt lore at the
We'll
apartment.
bring
We're
an
gonna-
EMF. We'll bring a spirit box. We'll bring the band spirit box, and
Yep.
we'll get it. We'll get down to brass tacks here. Ian, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, you have a great night, Bo. You have a fucking rotten night. Okay.
I hope you have a ghoulish evening.
Thanks for
Yeah.
making
How
me
about-
feel stupid, Bo.
Come on, man.
Classic Bo.
You got to know.
Talking down to me, calling me the Forrest Gump of hardcore and shit.
Oh,
right.
good. This is gonna be a good thumbnail. All right. Have a happy Halloween, guys. I love you so much.
Bye.
Bye.